King Charles and Queen Camilla are leading the way on the last day of President Donald Trump's state visit to the UK. On the morning of September 18, the King, 76, and Queen, 77, formally bid farewell to the US President and his wife, First Lady Melania Trump, at Windsor Castle. "He's a great gentleman, and a great king," Trump told reporters moments after shaking Charles's hand on the steps of the castle. The farewell, accompanied by Windsor Castle detachment of the King's Guard on the lawned quadrangle, kicked off the final day of the Trump state visit to the UK, which officially began on Wednesday, September 17, and concludes on Thursday. The US President and his wife stayed at Windsor Castle during the diplomatic trip, and the royal family's ancestral castle in Windsor was where the state banquet was held on Wednesday night. While King Charles and Queen Camilla had a formal goodbye with the Trumps, the Queen and Melania, 55, will actually step out together again soon. Following the farewell, Trump, 79, headed to Chequers, the countryside home of the British Prime Minister in Buckinghamshire, where he will spend time with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and host a press conference. Meanwhile, Melania will stay back at the castle to tour Queen Mary's Doll's House and the Royal Library with Queen Camilla. Following her solo outing with the Queen, the American First Lady will then join Kate Middleton at Frogmore Gardens to meet the UK's Chief Scout Dwayne Fields and young members of the Scouts Squirrels program who are pursuing their Go Wild badge. The Scouts are a cause close to heart for Princess Kate, 43, as she is joint president of the Scout Association and an alumni of the Brownie program herself. From there, Melania will join her husband at Chequers for the rest of the day's programming and later say farewell to the Prime Minister and his wife, First Lady Victoria Starmer. The Lord Chamberlain will then bid the US President and the First Lady goodbye on behalf of the King, whose invitation they visited at, before they leave the UK. Trump's state visit to the US was full of the royal pomp and pageantry signature to inward state visits in a trip that made history. The stay was an unprecedented second state visit as Trump became the first elected political leader to be invited for such a trip twice by a British sovereign, as he and Melania paid a state visit to Queen Elizabeth in June 2019 during his first term.